Did you know your server you're playing on has rules? And that those rules probably differ from other servers? You can always press escape at any time to open up the rules menu. Well, obviously there's no rules on this server, so I could do whatever I want. But the server you're playing on probably has rules. You should read those before you do anything. This video is not legal advice. Don't do this if you're not an antagonist. Don't do this if it's against your server rules. I have made videos on disposal bins before, but I've never made a video on disposal bin rerouting, which is a pretty popular mechanic that lets you get into practically anywhere you want. The way to figure out if you can reroute disposal bins is actually really simple. Find somewhere a disposal bin that you can enter is, follow the pipes and look for these junctions that will point in a specific direction. Any of these can be ripped up and you can swap the directions. So we notice that this is coming down from the bridge and this is pointing down. It's kind of hard to tell because of the scrubber, but it is pointing down. And if we look up here and just observe, there's no disposal bin here, meaning that it will go past the bridge doors. Getting into pretty much anywhere you want without spending any TC and having no insulated gloves is pretty easy. So if you, even without a T-ray scanner, you could probably just like memorize this stuff. But all you do for this, if you want to get into the bridge really quickly on Bagel, you just unanchor, you just rip up the floors here. You unwrench these pipes, and they actually made this easier. So they added keybinds to rotate. You just hover over it and press R, and then Shift F will flip it. So now we have it pointing up, and we need to rotate this one to go up, and then Shift F to flip it. So now both of these are pointing up, and you could easily cover your tracks without anyone knowing in 5-10 seconds. Next, you're going to want a crowbar and a screwdriver. You can click drag yourself into a disposal bins and then alt click the disposal bin to flush it. You can turn the power off to be quicker. So we have readjusted the pipes. We have now ended up in the bridge. And it's like, okay, well, what if you want to get out? Well, that's simple. You can actually just jump back in the disposal bin. And even though it's facing the wrong way, you can still just go through the pipes and it'll just end up at a different disposal bin. You may not end up exactly where you want necessarily. I ended up all the way up at evac, but you can always get out. You're not going to get stuck. Now let's say you're stuck in here though, you don't want to use a disposal bin, you want to like hack something. Well, that's really easy too. Most bridges and most rooms end up having APCs in them. Even though with insulated gloves, you could just tear down the APCs. You just screwdriver it and hit it with a crowbar. No insulated gloves needed, and this will dismantle the APC. This will kill all low voltage power devices in a room, making it really, really easy to do whatever you got. I can now literally crowbar out of here and just go on my way. Something you can do really easily too is you can literally drag the disposal bin from the previous room over, and as long as there's only a one wall section separating you from the outside, you can build a disposal trunk under the disposal bin, anchor the disposal bin in place, jump in the bin, and you can flush yourself through a one tile solid window or door or wall. So you can use this for an escape. I could even have broken into the vault with this if I wanted to. Getting out would have been a challenge because I can't bring the disposal bin with me. But I think you get the point. These things are really nifty for quick escapes. People don't really expect stuff like this. And I'm sure if you weren't aware of this, you're probably seeing people in places that they couldn't have gotten into otherwise unless they rerouted the disposals. So this should help you actually fix it and how to abuse it if you're an antagonist. Anyways, thank you for watching.